In this drawing, we're going to make use of a DTM drawing. As you can see, I've got some contours, I've got text, as well as an image in the background. Let's make use of some of the 3D views. So at the top, you will notice that there's some 3D views that we can make use of. So if I click on the left front, give me a left front view. If I want to orbit the drawing, you will see at the end of the toolbar, there's an option that says Constraint Orbit. So if I click on Constraint Orbit, Caddie will explain to you how it works on the inside and if you make use of the outside. So I'm just going to say yes, and as you can see at the moment, I've got at the bottom, I've got my image and my 2D points. That's at the Z height of 0, and then I've got some contours and text and points at a Z height. But what I want to show you now is that when it comes to working in layers, now although this is a 3D model, on my top left hand side, that's where you're going to select your active layer. So if I'm going to select layer number 4, it means anything that I'm going to draw now will be on that particular layer. And that will be, if I say polyline for that matter, it will be in a red color, it will be a continuous line, and my width will refer to my plot style because it's set to default. So let's have a look and see how the layers is set up in this particular drawing. So if I go to my layer setup, you will see that first of all you get your layer number. If there's an asterisk next to your number, it means there's something on that layer. At any stage you can rename your existing layer. So I can just double click and I'm going to say new. So if I go to the next layer, you can see that update. Then we've got to view your layers. So as you can see, by default all the layers show, so all the globes should be on. Then my snap is switched on, as well as my editing is all the locks are open. So it will allow me to edit the content on that particular layer. Then we've got enable disable a layer. I'm on layer number 4, my active layer. You will see that as soon as I move my pointer over layer number 4, if I want to try to disable the layer, Caddie will tell you the active layer cannot be disabled. So any other layers you can disable, it means it will not show it. So that is your master switch, your enable and disable. And then we've got the visible and the hidden option. Now that is when it comes to your view. So that's just a temporary switch. I can switch it off, and then at any stage if I say OK now, that will be now my 2D points. If I say OK, as you can see it disappeared, and at any stage I can go and I can ask Caddie show all layers. So if I click on show all layers, then it shows it again. If you go to layer display, that's the second one, you will see that at the moment it displays all my layers. That's why everything is highlighted. I can be more specific and ask Caddie to create what we call groups. So I've created a group for 2D, and as you can see, then it combines certain layers and it creates a group. My 3D DTM consists out of layer number 0 and layer number 3. All layers will be all layers, and then triangulate will be layer 0, 1 and layer 4. So you're going to work with several layers, and you can then create groups. So that, as you can see, you can toggle between your groups to display certain objects. If I'm going to say select all, it means it shows all my layers. I'm going to say OK, and that's what I want. I'm just going to go to another 2D drawing so that I can show you over in this drawing as well. As you can see, there's no Z heights whatsoever involved. Everything is on my WCS, World Coordinate System, and the same principle. I've got my active layer that I can select from. If I go to my layer set, it will give me exactly the same names as what I just showed you on the drop down. At any stage you can edit, or let's add a new one. I'm going to say create. As you can see, it creates one at the bottom, and I'm going to say new layer. And by default my view is switched on. I want to snap to the content on that layer whenever I'm going to draw on a layer, as well as my edit, my lock is open and it's enabled. So if I'm going to say OK and I go to my top left hand side, you'll see that my new layer name will be part of the list.